Hey guys, Axel here. I just got back from the Shenzhen International Audio Show, also known as SIAS, and it was an incredible weekend packed with tons of new and upcoming IEMs and other audio gear that I can't wait to tell you guys all about. I'm going to walk you through the items that impressed me the most, the highlights of the show for me. Then I'm going to let the other reviewers tell you their opinions about the items that impressed them the most at the show. But first, I want to start by saying a big thank you to Shenzhen Audio for inviting me and the other reviewers to this amazing event. Their hospitality was just top notch and we were treated very well. First up is Moondrop. Yeah, Moondrop had quite a few surprises for us at the show, and I have to start with the best, which is the Moondrop Concerto. The Concerto is a collaboration between Moondrop and DD Hi-Fi. It's a planar plus X MEMS IEM, and honestly guys, I'm telling you, this is the best upcoming IEM I heard at the show. Hands down. The tuning is just absolutely spot on. Bass was deep, was textured, it had a powerful slam, it was fast and snappy, the vocals were clear without ever being shouty, treble was very detailed and airy without being sibilant, it sounded open, great imaging, it had a lot of quality detail. I just use it and I forget about it. It just pulls you in. The connector itself isn't removable, but the cable is high quality and the built-in DAC sounded amazing. I was able to crank up the volume higher than I will ever need in real life. Keep an eye out on this one. It's going to be awesome, I'm telling you. Next up is the Moondrop Kadenz. So the Kadenz offers a few improvements over the Kato. Number one, it had better fit for me. The cable was another huge upgrade. It's less stiff and it comes with a 4.4 balanced stock cable plus adapters for 3.5 and USB-C, and the USB-C is an upgraded cable and it's very sturdy and powerful, and you use it and it gives you these EQ options in the app so that you can adjust their VDSF tuning. Sound quality wise, they had like 3 interchangeable nozzles to tweak the sound. For me it sounded kind of similar to the Kato, honestly, but it was less than the Concerto for me. The Concerto was just much better. But again, Moondrop is like giving a better product than the Kato, like at a lower price point, which is a huge win in my book. Now the trend of more features and lower price points continues again when we move on to the Moondrop Moca TWS. Now this comes in with a lot of new upgrades, and for example the case now supports wireless charging and it has a battery indicator on the front, which you can press a button, it will show you the battery level. Another significant upgrade is the active noise cancellation, which is significantly better than before. I had it on during the show and I felt it blocked out a lot of the background noise and even the vocals. The Bluetooth is upgraded as well, and there is a light sensor which kind of allows the earpieces to have a fast connection when you put it in your ears, or when you remove it from the case, it has that fast pairing. Overall, it's feature packed, it sounds solid, it's a solid upgrade in every way to the golden ages, like from wireless charging to better noise cancellation to even like the anti-wind features like that blocks the wind noise, and it can even connect to 2 devices at the same time. Let's say your PC and your smartphone, so if you want to have like a phone call on your smartphone, you can easily switch, or your TV and smartphone and so on. And Moondrop had another surprise for us at the show, which is the Moondrop near field passive speakers. Oh man, these were fantastic. I didn't expect that myself, but keep in mind, I listened to it in a well-treated room. It had great isolation and I was literally sitting in an ideal position, right? But with that said, my experience in these ideal conditions is that they sounded fantastic. They sounded flat, they sounded balanced, they sounded neutral with good bass, with good amount of detail. They were connected to a Moondrop and SMSL power amplifier, and again, they exceeded my expectation. They said that you could connect them to a subwoofer so that you can have a 2.1 setup, but for me, the bass already felt pretty solid, and it's like more than most people will need. All right, so Mark Ryan from SuperReview, happy to meet you here. So tell us which products impressed you at this show.
Oh, I get multiple or one? Do I get multiple ones?
Tell us the most.
The most? Okay. I think my favorite I actually just heard earlier today, which will be the Softears Enigma. If you're curious, there's the squig. I squigged it. Okay. I squigged it here at the show. Okay. And I'll be honest, like looking at the squig, I don't know that I would think I would like that, but listening to it, at least here on the show floor, it was pretty fantastic. Really good sense of space, and the treble is just super smooth. Which, frankly, I've heard a lot of things here that are not very smooth in the treble, so it was a relief. I liked it a lot.
Okay. And second product?
Oh, second product. Ooh, I wasn't ready for a second one. Maybe actually, Moondrop's got a couple of new ones. There's the Concerto and the Kadenz. Kadenz is kind of not that exciting because graph-wise, it just looks like another Kato. Shell-wise, it looks like another Kato. But I actually kind of like the way it sounded, so.
All right, Truthear 02, blue.
It is all right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the new Truthear Pure.
Pure, all
yeah,
right.
Did you see that one?
No,
I'll check it out. It's a Hexa replacement, which
right.
is dangerous because I like the Hexa. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot for sharing, Mark.
Of course.
All right. After that, I moved on to the DUNU booth, and they had the SA6 RB edition. The RB edition is like the red and blue edition. Stands for red and blue. It's just a color change on the faceplate. The sound is exactly the same as the SA6 Mark II, which I already love. I love the SA6 series. They also showed the BD3000 Brain Dance. Like this one was detailed and airy, but I felt it was a bit more focused on the treble and borderline bright for my taste. And I tried the DUNU Arashi headphone, which was paired with the DUNU signature amp. Again, it was balanced. Lots of detail, good mid-range. The bass amount was a bit neutral, not a lot, but again, solid stuff from DUNU as always. And we had a CD player that had like a DAC and amp inside with a balanced output. After that, I moved to the topping booth and I got to check out their new IEM, which is the Arpegear Hane. Yeah, they said the pronunciation is not Hane, it's called Hane. It's a Japanese word. This one had impressive features, all right? Number one is the ultra low distortion at 0.05% and the 4 tuning switches. The stock tuning itself with all the switches pointing down, it sounded a bit like a Harman target to me, just with less bass and less upper mids, which kind of makes sense if you think about it because, you know, the switches are there to give that flavor and to adjust it from there. For example, if you adjust the first switch, if you push it up, it's going to add 3 dBs of bass, and that bass shelf is clean. It's actually starts from 200 and under. And then the second switch, if you point it again, it starts to increase the bass, but now it's 6 dBs. And there is a switch for the treble, and there is a switch that adjusts the upper mid-range and presence region from 3K to 7K. And there are these other combinations as well. Like for example, if you turn switch 1, 3, and 4 up, there's going to be a sound, but if you only like turn on switch number 1 and 4, there's going to be a different sound, and so on. They said the expected price is going to be around the $150 to $200 range, which seems like a great value for what it offers. In terms of level of detail, it reminded me of the Truthear Nova. All right, so Thomas Stereo, welcome to Gizaudio. Tell us which products impressed you today.
Today, the one that impressed me the most was the clay pot rice I had for lunch. That was the best.
Okay.
Now, if you talk about hi-fi, the one that impressed me the most, because I'm not somebody who listens to a headphone a lot, is this little Fosse amplifier I found.
Okay.
$79.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's not hyper detail. It was very musical. Everything else I listen to, I hear every single detail, the clarity to the max, but not this one.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Thank you for sharing.
All right.
All right. Now I moved on to the Tanchjim booth. Yeah, and Tanchjim had a few things, like they had this TWS called the Mino. Unfortunately, I couldn't listen to it. They said the tuning isn't finalized yet. And then I got to check the Prism. Yeah, man, it was really impressive. I've never heard bass like that from Tanchjim. It was really impressive, and the level of detail and airiness is wow, just wow. It was super impressive. I felt the upper mid-range was just slightly a bit too much for my personal taste. I like a little less upper mid-range than that, but everything else was just impressive. Honestly, it's a really great IM, and I didn't expect that as well. And then I moved on to the FiiO booth, and oh man, I will start with the product that impressed me personally the most, which is the amazing FiiO BTR17. Guys, this thing is a game changer, I'm telling you. Like, I spent over an hour talking to the FiiO team about it, and I wanted to buy one on the spot. I couldn't wait to get my hands on one. Why? Well, let's look at it. It has 2 ESS 9069Q DAC chips. It has a fully balanced THX amplifiers. It has a massive output of 640 milliwatts, which, like, this beats like most dongles out there on the market in terms of power, no matter the price. The volume wheel was super tactile, and it could be used to navigate the menu, adjust the volume, like change the settings. The display was great. It had like a leather-like material on the back, and it was padded, so you don't even need a case for it. It felt good in the hand. It was not heavy. Man, I compared it to the BTR7, and the difference difference was huge between them. Like I was surprised. The difference was huge. Better dynamics, better bass, better detail. I don't know, man. Like it had a lot of options. Like I wanted to buy one, as I said, and when it gets released, I'm buying one for myself, for my personal use. For that, they said I had to wait until October, and the price will be around $200. I mean, for a Bluetooth DAC amp, this one is really impressive. And then I tried another IEM, which is, I think it's called the FX17. Like I remember it had 1DD, a few BAs, and it had like 8 EST drivers, and that thing like impressed me a lot with the upper mid-range and the treble. It was just so airy, extended, and not harsh. It was very, very detailed, but in an ethereal type of EST sound signature type of way. I don't know how to describe it. It's just airy and yeah, EST. Like the treble is like very smooth, very detailed. All right, Andy.
Yeah, man.
You and I had a great time.
Absolutely.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what do you tell the Gizaudio fans about the best products that you saw on this show?
Okay, there are many, to be fair, right?
Okay.
Because I would not say that, I have seen anything which I would consider as not good, but if I have to pick one, again, I would just say that, Moondrop did really well with the Kadenz.
Okay.
And also, my favorite brand, SIMGOT, when it comes to headphone, and also Shanling new magnetic planar, which I am so very excited with. I love magnetic planar, and definitely I am waiting for that one to be released.
All right. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Best three.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. And then I went to the Elysian Acoustic Labs booth, and I got to try their new IEM, the Apostle, which was amazing. Like Elysian, they always deliver. But honestly, when I compared it to the Annihilator 2023, I still prefer the Annihilator, and by a big margin. Like the Annihilator is like just, it's the best IEM I've ever heard in the world, for me personally. Sure, the Subtonic Storm is more detailed, but I prefer the Annihilator 2023. It's just, I don't know, fits my preference. The sound, the fun, the bass, everything is just super great about it. All right, Kenneth Tanaka, the man himself. All right, tell us,
hello.
Which products impressed you the most at this show?
Okay. Well, if I have to pick one of the IEMs, it's not definitely new by any means, but Tanchjim Origin hits
my man, he knows his stuff.
Hits me, it definitely sounds that, it's got that Tanchjim signature. It sounds very clean and crisp. I just love it. Like the kinds of music that I listen to, they sound lovely on it. And also like one thing that really surprised me, because like there are so many high-end stuff here, right? I tried to listen to Sony MDR Z1R, and my God, I've never had that kind of listening experience that just laid bare of all the instruments and the vocals and everything. I don't know, it just left me speechless.
Blew your mind. Yeah, all right. Thanks for sharing.
It was pretty cool.
Thanks
Yeah. See you.
Another IEM I tried at the Elysian booth is the Softears Enigma, because Elysian had like the same booth with Effect Audio and Lime Ears, and I tried it. So the Softears Enigma, again, I didn't see this one coming, all right? It's just super impressive. Level of detail is endgame, and it's like similar to the Annihilator 2023. The mid-range was crazy good. The male vocals had the natural thickness, the proper note weight. Instruments sounded very separated, and the treble is just oozing with detail and quality and smoothness at the same time. Sounded very detailed, like something I forgot myself when I was listening to it. It sounded that good. But I have to say, when I listened to the Annihilator 2023 after it, I prefer the Annihilator 2023. The Hiby booth was like very busy. It was packed with people, so I just tried the Evangelion. Again, I love the R4. It's a recommendation from me. I have it, and this one improves it, and again gets a recommendation from me as well. I like it. And then we had the iBasso DC Elite. Let me talk about that one. Let me say it like this, guys. I went in with huge expectations, and I had my topping G5 next to me, and I had my luxury and precision W4. And again, the DC Elite is just so much better. I will say confidently, the iBasso DC Elite is the best dongle I have ever tried in my life. Like if someone asked me, Axel, what is the best dongle, the best sounding dongle that money can buy that you have ever tried, I will say the iBasso DC Elite, hands down. Like I was sad that it sounded better than my topping G5, which is my reference. Lucas from 0 to B. All right, tell us which product you like the most at this show.
Oh, I think my interesting is Moondrop Concerto. There's use X-MEMS driver.
Yes.
New
technology.
technology.
Yeah. All right, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
I went on to the SIMGOT booth. Yeah, the SIMGOT booth. For IEMs, I tried the EW300. I liked it a lot. And then I tried the new and upcoming SIMGOT headphones. Yeah, they have two. One of them, the white one, is like a wireless one, and it sounded okay. That one sounded good. And then I tried the black one. The black one, they had remodels, and one of them sounded very similar to the traditional SIMGOT house sound. All right, it was a bit bright in the upper mid-range and lower treble. And then they showed me another one, which I preferred. It was a bit more balanced. The treble was a bit tamed. The upper mid-range was a bit tamed. Slightly less detailed, but that one was balanced. And most people at the show preferred that one. They said like this one was just great. Yeah, so I went after that to the Truthear booth. They had the new Truthear Blue 2. This one actually is a recommendation for me immediately. It's a good reference, you know, it's like more Harman now. Perfect Harman. The graph is just great, and for my ears, man, it sounded great, you know? It just sounded better. The bass is fuller and smoother. The treble is different as well. With the impedance adapter, the bass was so full, and cable is improved, the nozzle is improved, and it looks great. The price is competitive. It's the IM to beat at that price. Crinacle, the man himself.
What's up?
All right. Tell the Gizaudio fans, like, which products impressed you the most at the show?
So, there's actually not a lot of things that impressed me. I'm a jaded audiophile at this point, but there is one thing that impresses me, and that is the Moondrop speakers. It's called the MTM, and it just for the fact of the matter that it's really flat speaker, very monitory kind of speaker, but it's also just purely passive, which is quite impressive. So maybe, but then again, we tried it in like their own booth. So we don't know exactly how good it is, but eventually we'll get a set. So we'll see how good they actually are.
All right, looking forward to it. Anything else? Any other products that caught your attention?
There's one which is like the DSP enabled one from Into Aura.
Oh, okay.
Still on the fence about that one because their products can get quite expensive. But in terms of just like how good are these IEMs, they're still very good because DSP is really, really powerful. But that's kind of it. Yeah.
Okay. And what could you tell us?
Yes.
About this new Truthear Blue
new one. I just call it the Blue 2 at this point, Project Blue, however you want to call it. It's upgraded. We made it more harmoner. It's we use the same drivers the same upgraded drivers that we had on the Red. So you get the improvements on the Red, but with the tuning of Harman. So it's the same tuning as you would like on the regular Blue ones. Just upgraded components, it's more harmoner. We even added more treble extension onto this because a lot of people complain about that. And the big one, the nozzle is now smaller.
Oh wow.
It's 6.0 on the dot. Wow. Yeah.
No complaints now.
So eventually, so it's a much needed refresh of the Blues. I think at this point it's like 2 years old at this point. Yeah, but we still sell like a ton of these after 2 years, which is very impressive if you know the Chi-Fi market.
Yes,
so absolutely. Of course, when we have to improve on it, we do it right.
Yeah, and I think you did a great job on it, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Another IM I tried at the Truthear booth is the Truthear Pure. Oh man, the Pure is just great, just fantastic. And I mean, if you love the Hexa, this one just improves on the Hexa in so many levels. And again, I love it and I can recommend it just right now without listening to it again. It just sounds so good. I then went to the Matrix booth and I talked with the team and they introduced me to their DACs. I have to say I liked the X2 and the X2 Pure. The difference is the X2 Pure has two 9039 Pro DAC chips and it doesn't have a headphone output. And I have to tell you that that is the best DAC I tried at the show. And I tried it with other DACs using the same amp, using the same IMs. Someone will ask me why. It sounded detailed and natural at the same time without being clinical, without being analytical. It sounded fun and musical. It sounded natural. Again, excellent separation. Excellent soundstage. Is it just one of those DACs? And I tried it with IMs as well and I compared it. There is a difference. I also tried their Mini I Pro 4 and I finally understand why Dave loves it. Yeah, I kind of understand, Dave. Yeah, I kind of get the point now. It's a great streamer. Tried it with Mini IMs and headphones. I had my 6XX with me. I loved it. There is like the Sendy Audio. They had a new flagship headphone coming, which was great. I tried the EPZ. They had the new EPZ 530, which is an upgrade over the 520. It sounded great. It had a lot of quality bass for an old balanced armature type of IM. I can't remember if it was vented or not, but it sounded really good. And I asked them about that, and they said they did a lot of work on that bass to make it reach the level. They had some technology for that. And then I went to try the DITA Project M. I will let Kenneth or Teddy Superchonk let you guys know his opinion.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, yes, my name is Kenneth and I actually have a channel called Superchonk Super Audio Show. I actually work at DITA Audio and I'm part of the team that tuned the Project M. So this is something that has been, well, I'm very thankful for all the interest in this product. So this is something that released earlier this year. We also have 2 new colorways, Project M Candy in pink and in grey. These will be released very soon and they will include something a little bit special in the packaging as well. But not only that, we have some new cool and exciting stuff as well. This is a prototype because everybody's doing earphones these days. We want to do something different. So this is KA1, our small little headphone that is, well, the cool thing about it is that it is semi-open, so you get a wider soundstage than normal. And another interesting thing is that it has dual connectors, 2-pin over here and MMCX. So if you're the type of person that wants a wireless experience, you can get a third-party Bluetooth dongle thingamajig that loops over your ears. You can use it as Bluetooth as well. This will come out a bit later. It needs a bit more work, but this is something that's a bit exciting. More importantly, for people who really enjoyed the Project M, we have the follow-up to that. This is Mecha. So Mecha, it's a bit more of our roots because we usually like use single dynamic driver and use exquisite materials such as titanium. This encompasses both of that. So it is made of titanium. This is not the final finishing because we're trying to do something special as well. I have a sample of it and I'll show it to you guys. So this is the finishing that we are going for. This has never been done in the market, so the chassis is actually really flush and basically it's all done by the CNC machine. So if you don't use any finishing on it, you have to be extra careful with the CNC cuts. So this is all cut without any more external finishing. So we want to present it this way, so it looks really like nothing out there.
I will just say that I was surprised. Like many people told me that it has a lot of treble. It sounded awesome. I will tell you that it sounded awesome. Never harsh to my ears, never sibilant. Yes, it has a bright tonality, but man, it was never harsh. And I'm the guy who listens to a lot of rock and metal. So hey, you know, if it was like sharp, I would know. I was even impressed with the bass, man. The bass hit hard. The bass had a good slam, good detail, good texture. I loved the DITA Project M. I will just say that I loved it. That one was one of the surprises of the show for me. And I tried the topping, A900, a D900, and that one sounded great. But I compared it even to the D90 and A90 setup. Honestly, it had the same or similar level of detail. The difference was the smoothness. I felt the D900, A900 was more natural sounding in a way, smoother sounding.
All right, Hane from Tarbomar.
All right,
Tell us which products you like at the show.
Yes, well, first of all, I really like the hospitality, the way that they treated us.
Yeah.
Very friendly and, like family.
Absolutely.
Right? So also the products, that a lot of variety that are, we enjoy, like hi-fi or head-fi or whatever.
Yeah.
But most standout feature and new product is Custard Audio.
Okay.
DR90 DAC. Because that's the first ever. Because no one made streaming DAC with R2 DAC architecture.
Okay.
That's the very first affordable.
Okay.
Under $500.
All right.
That's my favorite, my friend.
All right, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And then I went and I tried Shanling. And Shanling had a lot of new products. Let me tell you, like first they had an IM around the $40 range. That one sounded okay to me. It was okay, nothing like super impressive or anything. And then they showed me one they said it will cost like double, like 80 or more. It was a double DD. And again, this one sounded great. It had a great cable, great fit, and it just sounded fantastic. Good bass, good mid-range. And then I tried their planar magnetic headphone, which they said will cost around $1,000. The earpads were very comfortable, and the sound, they reminded me of the earlier Odyssey headphones, if you guys know the LCD2 type of sound, but with better mid-range and like greater treble extension. And then I tried their DAP, the M8T, I think it's called. It had a tube, and it could work in transistor mode, but when you work it in the tube mode, mode, the tube like kind of preheats, like there is a notification and it shows you the tube is preheating and it will start working in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the sound quality was amazing, you know, like it is at that level of the M17. And then guys, I went to the FX audio booth. They had this like DAC amp which had like class A. It's working in pure class A, and it was driving the HD650 very nicely. The thing is, it was huge. Sound quality was impressive. It sounded impressive, okay, class A sound, but it just looked huge to me. They had another DAC that had like, you know, frequency spectrum in front of you, but no EQ, sadly. And they had another amp which was weaker than the class A1, and the sound quality was less than the class A1. I tried it and it had even less power. And that's it, guys. That's today's recap of the Shenzhen International Audio Show. I want to thank again the Shenzhen Audio team for having me and for having all the reviewers, and I want to thank the brands for being so welcoming and patient with my endless questions. You guys know, you know, I was like, you know, asking tons of questions to you guys, and thank you for being so patient and welcoming. Yeah, I want you guys to let me know like which products are you looking forward to from what I covered, and what do you think of this coverage. If you enjoyed it, let me know. Hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe for more reviews, and let me know in the comments which gear are you most excited about to see next. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next one.